In the middleweight division, Jordan Keepers and Rick Roufus. Let's find out more about him and go to our ring announcer, Mike Marino.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds and is in the middleweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, weighing in at 171 pounds, with a kickboxing record of 8 wins and 3 losses, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Jordan Keepers. And in the red corner, weighing in this afternoon at 164 pounds, with a record of 15 wins, no losses, and 6 wins by knockout, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the PKC United States light middleweight champion, Rick the Jet Roufus.
Hey, Brad, you know what I like about Rick? See what he did when he walked into the ring? He went all around the ring and he went and have a nice little look at Keepers, and he says, I'm going to get you.
Keep your kicks up.
I love that.
They're having a good look right
Look at
now,
this.
too.
You will have 2 warnings, and then you will be penalized. Is there any questions? Let's have a good fight, man. Let's go.
That's a tremendous look, and they still haven't backed away. Rick the Jet Roufus and Jordan Keepers. 6 rounds or less.
You know what that reminds me? The 2 guys in front is when Joe was looking at me this afternoon.
I thought we were going to have trouble in the hotel lobby between you two. Keepers is put together pretty well. 171.
Jordan.
Very well built,
Face me.
Brad. Very well built.
Each other. Bow. Ready?
Bob Yarnell, our 3rd man in the ring. And there's the bell. We're underway round 1.
Well, we've said this many times, but Rick Roufus started in this sport when he was 5 years old.
Now, get him up.
He's now 20 years old. He has a lot of experience for a 20-year-old.
Both of you kicking
Unbeaten,
low.
and is the U.S. light middleweight champion. And if you've never seen Rick Roufus, this might be your first time seeing him in action. Watch the balance and the footwork of this guy.
Get him up. Get him up.
He will amaze you.
He is the superstar of the sport of the future. It is the Rick Roufuses of the world who will take over for the Jean-Yves Thériaults when they move on.
That's right.
Hey, wipe him off.
15 years experience at 20 years old.
Amazing. He's so quick.
He's got the best defensive footwork in the sport. It's not a question of hitting him solid. It's a question of just touching his body. That's the hard part. See, you don't know which way he's going. They collided heads then. Hope there was no cut. Don't see a cut.
Don't see any blood or cut, so that butt goes without any problem.
If you watch the way Roufus keeps his upper body as he throws his kicks, his upper body stays completely straight. Now you notice like Keepers then throws a kick, body leans back. Watch Roufus, body stays straight.
Good series of kicks. Kept Keepers honest anyway.
Another head collision then. Both guys felt it. Roufus tried to step in to throw the straight left, and their heads just collided. Every kind of kick you can imagine. Axe kicks, inverted axe kicks, spinning heel kicks.
And those things are over 6 feet off the floor. And again, his upper body remains erect, as Joe was talking about. Final seconds, round 1.
You know, Brad, what I like about Roufus?
Rick the Jet Roufus and Jordan Keepers. And we've got 1 round in.
This guy, Joe, between you and I, this guy is unbelievable. I mean, did you see what he was doing? I mean, Keepers trying to get him, he's moving around. He's moving around all the time. So, I mean, to me, for an opponent trying to reach the other guy, his body, as far as kick is concerned, has to be tough because he's so quick.
So elusive, extremely elusive.
The guy never hit you, okay? The guy not hit you. The same thing, you kick it, the punch, you keep going that way. You come back on the right hook, uppercut, okay? If we are ready for hit on the right uppercut, okay? How you feel?
A little more water.
Come on, let's see it. Pick up the pace.
We're into round 2. Rick Roufus in the red pants, the right of your screen, and Jordan Keepers black pants with the bright color piping. And Roufus puts a good combination of kicks together here early in round 2.
2 kicks to the body. The next one comes back to the head, as Brad said. Upper body's completely straight. Now, those kicks that Keepers is missing are the things that will get him in trouble, because he'll step in deeper, and when he does, he'll run into a straight left hand from Rick Roufus.
Keeper's not a slow fighter by any means, but just shows you how much quicker Rick Roufus is. Keeper's, though, good overhand right. Roufus a little bit of trouble on the ropes. He's going to have to get out of there. And he fights and kicks his way out. There's a good right hand by Keepers again, and a nice uppercut.
So people want to know what kind of jaw Rick Roufus has. He just took a solid shot on the cheek there. Keepers is strong. So that same kind of clashing between Rick Roufus and Larry McFadden in Atlanta. Rick Roufus dropped Larry McFadden.
And Rick Roufus with the mouse under the left eye, swelling under the left eye as he took a mean overhand right shot from Keepers, who comes right at him here in the neutral corner.
That seemed to have given Keepers a little more confidence, Boomer.
I have to say yes. After the 2 good punches that he gave to Rick, I think this guy is coming back. You know, he's built. He looks like a strong guy to me, 175 pounds. I mean, but you know, Rick Roufus is, you know, he's got to come back. But you know, when you hit a champion like that, it's got to give him confidence.
That's a slip. And we're down to the final 10 seconds here of round 2. And Rick Roufus again with an abrasion under his left eye. We'll continue to follow that for you. Round 3 and a lot more action from Ryan coming up right after this. Jordan Keepers and Joe Corley, I sense some concern in Rick Roufus' corner between rounds, and maybe rightly so, huh?
Well, I would have thought they would have put some ice on his cheek over there, but they didn't seem to be that concerned about it, and it doesn't seem to be getting any worse. No more swelling than it was last round, but he took a very powerful shot, very powerful wide right hand, like that one that Keepers just missed with up against the ropes. This is a great tune-up fight for Roufus, if you can call it a tune-up fight at this point, because against Moncayo, he's going to be putting up with this kind of pressure.
We warned you in the opening of tonight's show that tune-ups can sometimes not end up being tune-ups, but upsets in the other direction. That's what Keepers has in mind. But of course, Rick Roufus, a solid fighter who has all the skills offensively and defensively, and though he does have a swelling under the left eye, he knows what he's about, and he looks fresh out there.
Roufus has started to pick his shots a lot more carefully now. That is giving Keepers trouble, and the last round took a lot out of Keepers. Look how heavy his legs are. Keepers is having trouble getting in there really and throw anything. His kicks don't have it now. Keepers don't.
I think Keepers looks tired to me a little bit.
No question.
Both fighters shake their head after exchanging blows there, to let the other know that it didn't bother them, and sometimes it's just the opposite. Nice lead right hand by Roufus. Shows the quick hand speed.
Look at the way he mixes them up. Left hand down the middle.
Walked into a short right again, right underneath the eye that's already swelling on it.
Where that heel just landed on Keepers' right bicep will be extremely sore tomorrow.
Round 3, final seconds.
Right now, Joe, maybe I'm wrong, but you let me know because you got more experience than me. I think that Keeper looks to me that his punch is not as strong as it was before, or even his kick.
Not nearly as strong.
Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Professional Karate Commission. Gary Folks, commissioner. In addition to sanctioning professional karate and kickboxing events, the PKC offers membership to supporting fans around the country. If you're a regular fan of Contact Karate, a fighter who's looking for membership, or maybe a promoter who seeks the sanction of the PKC, write the Professional Karate Commission, 135 Sugar Street, Canal, Fulton, Ohio, 44614. Again, that's the PKC, 135 Sugar Street, Canal, Fulton, Ohio, 44614.
If you can, see that round kick.
Now we're in between rounds here between Rick Roufus and Jordan Keepers. And Rick Roufus maybe has had a little bit more action than he was bargaining for from that young man.
Joe, you got one of your friends on the ringside tonight. He just drove from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was supposed to be your opponent at one time. I'll give you his name later on.
My friend Paul Block, boy, has he got his work cut out for him over there looking after you guys.
Fourth round. Rick Roufus with a jump spin kick that just missed. There's a good right hand. Nice shot to the body by Roufus. And again, he continues to circle. Good footwork. And now he backs up keepers with that combination. The front kick again backs keepers away. And Roufus going to work on offense this round. Look at the kicks. Looks like Baryshnikov out there. Roufus, one of the rising stars, if not one of the top stars in full contact karate today. Only 20 years of age. A black belt for a long time. He's been in the sport 15 years, and it shows.
Keepers is just thinking, if he'll stand still long enough for me to unload on him, I'll just take him out. He just keeps waiting for the shot, and Roufus is not going to give him that shot unless it's by accident. Look at the keeper's kick, so heavy.
Nice round kick by Roufus there. Keeper's not only tired now, but frustrated, Boom Boom.
I have to say, yes. You know, you find a guy like Roufus is all over the ring. You know, he's so quick and so fast. And like Drew was saying before, he's winning for his shot now. Keepers, you know, you look at his kick, it looks like a 250 pounds kick. You know, it's so heavy to get up. But look at Roufus.
Roufus, the left round kick, and then a solid left jab, and there's a right hand. And Rick Roufus seems to be starting to put it together. He started a bit slow. He's coming on strong now, and he has taken command, it appears, here in round 4. We've got more action coming up from Rockford after these words. Roddy Mania just around the corner.
Right around the corner. Of course, with Jim there is Haywood Jeffrey, his #1 first-round draft pick, and John Settle, #3 round draft pick for the NFL that Jim's representing now. We'll talk to them in a little while, see what they think of the fight so far.
We are in round 5, scheduled for 6, and Rick Roufus in round 4 really started to put it together. Jordan Keepers tired a bit, and Roufus got in a groove. And I think the mouthpiece went on that one. It did.
Keep it in.
Bob Yarnell, our referee, gets the mouthpiece back to Keepers, and Roufus on the attack, and boy, had that one landed, I don't know, they might have picked Keepers up from the next county somewhere.
I love to see those kicks of Rick's in slow motion like that, where he does those things. I mean, the athletic skill required there is almost as great as that required by Bone Crusher Smith to hold on to Mike Tyson for 12 rounds.
Look at Roufus now. He's putting it all together. Oh, a great spinning back fist right on the right temple. And Keeper said, nope, didn't bother me. But I doubt that's the case.
Says it didn't bother me. I just can't get my legs to do what I want them to do.
Rick Roufus, constant motion here. 5th round. He has controlled the fight, though Keepers maybe has won 1 round. I'm only guessing. Joe, you're keeping score over there.
Yeah, I haven't had Keepers winning a round yet. Well, take that back. I had him winning the 2nd round by half a point. That was the one where he landed that solid.
Down goes Keepers. And he's got a smile on his face. Rick Roufus to the neutral corner.
Well, that's what I had said earlier. Rick was going to bring him in and then nail him with that straight left, and it took him this long to do it, but he got him in.
Now let's see if Roufus goes in for the kill. It appears that's going to be the case. Roufus, spinning heel kick. Keepers is hurt. Uppercut. A great one. Overhand left. Roufus with Keepers in trouble. And there's the bell. And the crowd is going wild. In fact, on their feet at the Metro Center. And Roufus now is having some fun. Keepers with blood on the mouthpiece, as you can see. And he is, without a doubt, dazed here in between round 5 and round 6. Let's take a look at it, gentlemen.
This is poetry in motion from a fighter's point of view. Rick Roufus is picking all his shots. Look how he mixes them up. Gets him coming in. Didn't even have his full power behind that. Probably didn't hurt Keepers all that much, but he didn't like being down there, and he didn't like getting up. But the rest of the things that Rick Roufus does are just unbelievable. Look at this. off the right leg, springs off the right leg. Look how high the left comes, faking the left kick, spinning with the right kick. Keeper's just not quite sure what to get out of the way of there, Boomer.
Joe, let me ask you a question. Don't you think right now, between you and I, you should stop that fight? Because I don't think that keepers should keep going.
No, he has a minute to rest there. Now, if at the end of that minute the referee didn't think that Keepers was together, he could and should stop it. But Keepers has got himself back together. It's just he's outclassed. He's outmanned.
Rick Roufus, in the 6th and final round, has controlled this fight since round 2. That's the only one we all gave Keepers, and maybe he didn't even win that. We're not the official judges by any means.
Should point out, I think the kick judge is being very merciful to Keepers. He's giving him kicks for counting kicks for all those so-called attempts that Keepers is making, but those are very half-hearted attempts to land, I believe.
I'm still watching the 6th and final round and thinking about that kick Roufus performed in the last round, and the great camera work and the work by the gang in the truck. Boy, that was pretty. Didn't quite connect on Keepers, but as Joe said, Keepers had no clue where Roufus was coming from with that one.
I'm going to tell you this. I think that he was flying like a nun.
Whoa.
At least 7 feet in the air.
There's a pretty good left hook by Keepers. Roufus just continues to circle to his right. The Jet from Milwaukee. Look at the movement on defense. Rick kind of on his horse here. Hasn't thrown a lot of punches, knowing full well he's in command of the fight. Good uppercut, a nice body shot with the right hand. And again, Keeper shakes his head as if to say he was not stung by any of those.
You know, Brad, I don't blame Roufus doing what he's doing. I mean, he's got why should he take a blow and lock his shot and knock him down? This is the 7th round.
And it is coming to a close as well.
6th round, I'm sorry.
Fight is over. Rick Roufus and Jordan Keepers, a couple of Milwaukee, Wisconsin natives who here in Rockford, Illinois, have put on a good show. Rick Roufus, without a doubt, has had the better of it. And we, of course, will have to wait for the official word, but Jordan Keepers probably will suffer his 4th loss against 8 wins on his PKC professional career. We'll find out. We'll have the official decision on whether or not Rick Roufus goes to 16-0. We'll let you know after we come back. Decision, and go to our ring announcer, Mike Marino. Mike?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Keeney scores the bout 60-53. Judge Wagner scores the bout 60-53.5. And Judge Johnson scores the bout 60-53.5. Your winner by unanimous decision, Rick the Jet Roufus.
So Rick Roufus, by unanimous decision, goes to 16-0. The fighters embrace in center ring. Rick, marvelous as always. And he's with our Joe Corley in the ring. Joe?
Rick, I don't guess if you could have picked the kind of tune-up fight you needed for John Moncayo, you could have picked a better opponent than Jordan Keepers.
Yeah, Jordan came to me what I expected. You know, he's from Milwaukee. I'm the U.S. champ, and you know, he had everything to gain to have a good showing against me. But he helped me warm up for the big one, for the kick world title against John Moncayo.
Well, you got a little swelling here on your cheek. Looked like a fairly solid right hand he caught you with.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't faze me at all. Those are things I need to work on in the gym. Overhand right, be able to block and counter.
Did they tell you in the corner not to stand and punch it out with him?
That's exactly so. We didn't want to get in the habit of standing here and duking for the upcoming fight against John Moncayo.
Now let's talk about Moncayo just for a quick second. He's got a lot of fights. He's got more than 65 fights. You're going to go in against him now at 16-0. Do you think the experience will make any difference at all to you there?
No, it's a matter of who's got more heart and who wants the title and who wants to keep on to it. Because I'm there, John, and I want that title. That's my dream.
Okay, Rick, let's take a quick look at the some of the knockdown footage. See if we can get to the monitor here. Take a quick look at it. No, I can't see the monitor. But, yeah, there we go. That was the straight left hand, Rick. He came in. Now, is it true you try to suck him in, then, in other words, you move away, try to bring him in so you can hit him with the straight left?
Yeah, I try to start off keeping my distance and then eventually work the closing the distance by kick punch him. Surprise attacks is the name of the game.
So John Moncayo and Rick Roufus getting ready now for Karate Mania, April 25th in the Omni. Good luck to you, young man.
Thank you.
And let's go down to ringside now with Brad Nessler.
All right, Joe.